Welcome back to Upkeep with Sean. Today we're going to be going over RV rain gutter weather stripping. This will be on my 2018 Forest River Shockwave Toyhauler travel trailer. Now I got 4 different ones here. Go ahead and check out my part 2 video where I go over comparisons. Now today I'm going to be going over the cause and effect of having to replace that weather strip, all the importance of it, and then we're going to go ahead and replace it. We're going to remove it, clean it, prep it, and replace it. Now this is the center of the trailer here, and we're going to go ahead and lift out the center part of the weather strip. Now all this is in there tight, nice and tight, so you wouldn't be able to see with the blind eye that there's a problem. Now if you look under here, you're going to see a lot of dirt buildup. And this dirt buildup comes from water tracking in there. Now, this is because the first area of contact for water when it leaves the roof is this weather strip. After this weather strip, the water can make its way down to the channel, the gutter channel there. Now, this buildup is quite significant, and this is only the center area where it doesn't get really bad normally. Now, normally when you have this type of buildup, this can lead to delamination in the walls and also lead to structural issues, mold damage on stick and tin trailers all the way down from the wall to the floors. Normally when you notice that, all these problems on the structure, it is too late. So we're going to go ahead and go down the line and take a look at the weather stripping at the forward area. The forward area on the RVs is normally where the majority of your water leaves. Now out here in the southwest, we don't get that much rain. However, this is all just from morning dew. Now you can see here the weather strippings on there quite firm. It is a little loose because of shrinkage, but it is pliable and firm. So now I'm going to go ahead and open up the forward area and we'll see how bad that is. Okay, so now that I've opened up this area, you can go ahead and see that there's a lot of buildup. Quite a bit more than there was in the center. We go ahead and scoop out this much buildup, and what this shows is that the water has been pulling up in here with all the dirt. And unfortunately, what happens here is it's a recipe for disaster. Here's a view from the bottom. You can see all the dirt jammed up. You can even see a ridge line in there where water has been staying. It can't leave at the ends because it is silicone sealed by the factory. Now the screws that are under here are the penetrating point into the structure of the RV. They actually rust out and they will draw the water right in to the wall. So now here's a comparison with the rear. We got the rear weather strip here, and it doesn't get much water back here. However, we also notice that the weather stripping's in very good condition. It's nice, tight, firm, pliable, and definitely a lot nicer inside. So we went ahead and opened this up, and you can see that it's nice and clean. The heads of the screws are really clean and shiny. The only debris in here is the debris that was left during the manufacturing process. There's a little bit of metal from the screws and whatnot. So this is the goal. This is how we want it to be. We need it to be nice, clean, and dry, and kept away from water. Okay, now let's get this from the front of the trailer and start removing it, pulling it back. Ooh, we see algae under there. And this side is really moist. This would be per se the passenger side if we're talking about on the sense of cars. So we're gonna see how they mounted this here. We're gonna get rid of some of the silicone. I do know my other trailers that I have owned in the past, they actually put a screw back here. Let's see if we can see that. There's a screw inside here, a Phillips screw, that's actually securing this weather stripping as it folds over and securing this gutter. Now I would like to mention that a lot of RVs just terminated at the end by just running the screw on top over here. This one is folded in behind the channel. We got the screw out. We'll go ahead and see if we could slide this back out. And there we go. We're able to slide this out, and we can see how it was folded over around the gutter and screwed down. Now we could just pull this straight out, and we could see more and more dirt, water, moisture showing up. Okay, so as we move down this rail, removing the strip, since this is a morning after we've had some good dew and condensation overnight, you can see the locations where water has been making its way in. There's another location there. So water just continually travels in here first as it comes off the roof and goes right into this rail where the screws are, and at the end it just holds the water in, leaving it to the screws. Okay, another section on this railing that needs attention. This is where the split is on the railing, on this gutter railing. That split on this trailer looks to be because we have a curve where the design of the trailer goes down from there, and this is around the peak area where it starts transitioning downhill. Now that could be the reason, or the other reason could be that these are just manufactured in X amount of lengths, and it just requires 2 strips. Either way, nonetheless, there's a break in the seal in the rail here. So what we want to do here is make sure that the top edge is sealed on that lip all the way down to the side wall. There are other write-ups about this causing damage by water intruding in this area and causing delam on your trailer. So we want to make sure that this seam is sealed at the break, because what we see here is marks from where the water's traveled down this rail, and it's actually stopped because of this split and made its way down. Okay, when it's made its way down, it's going straight into the screw. So we want to go ahead and seal those screws off, seal this seam, and seal this with some silicone on the outside. And that goes for both sides of the trailer. I see the same issue on the other side. Okay, we got the silicone around the screws and the line, and what we want to do is make sure we keep that groove clear so the weather strip can fit just nicely. I've also spread a little bit of sealer with my panel tool right in the inside there, the inside break of this line. Now you don't want to disturb the water too much by leaving a big bead in there. So we just went really light on the inside to secure the whole break in the line of the channel. And now we're going to go ahead and seal a little bead on the outside and we'll be done here. Now we're going to be sure to clean off all the residual silicone off the railing. I see we got a gap here. Now the factory, Forest River, had actually put silicone up here, and we have some vertical application sealant that we can actually put on this, which is what's over here. That's ran along the roof line, which has been resealed recently as well. So it looks like we'll be putting that back on here rather than the silicone that's on here at this time. Once we get the new weather strip secured in here. Now let's go ahead and clean this rail out. We'll get all the dirt out of it. Now I'm going to start with the small section first so we could compare which rain gutter weather strip is the correct one to use. Now we're going to go ahead and install the new one we have up here. Pull the rain gutter spout out, and then we're going to go ahead and slide this into the back here and have it turn back over and go right into the groove. So it will look something like this once I get it in there. So we've made the turn here and we got it started into the groove. So all you do is you get your panel tool here and you just stuff it in there. So it makes that turn really nice. And you don't have to worry about the opening right now. We'll go ahead and silicone that afterwards. So we're going to go ahead and get the gutter back in here. We have to line up the hole there. And then we'll drive the screw right in between the gutter and the weather stripping for a secure hold. And from there we'll go ahead and run it all the way down. Now for the rear screw, we could see that it's already began to rust out. It's really light on the rust. However, there was water getting in there. So we don't want delamination. We do not want to devalue this trailer. So we're going to make sure that this screw doesn't take in water as easily anymore. So from here, we're going to run some beetle tape. And what we're going to do is put it right around the screw, kind of like a sealer. We'll put it right around the screw and drive it in. What that's also going to do is give it a tighter fit because the wood inside there is already weakened from driving the screw in and out once. So the beetle tape will actually help it hold as well and keep the water out. So let's get to it. Okay, so we're back up on the trailer. I got the beetle tape, wrapping the threads, just one single layer, and we got the screw tip, the point not covered in butyl tape because you want it to go ahead and cut through. So to have a clean screw hole here, what I like to do is take a nice little punch, or it could be any sort of pick or poking tool, and we'll go ahead and poke it just like that. Now that's pierced it, and it's started a hole in that weather strip. And there we go. If the excess is too much coming off the butyl tape, you can always trim it off if it's interfering with your weather strip install. Okay, now we're ready to run the line in. We got everything secure on this end. So what I found that makes it easier is to go a few inches and drop the lower section in first. Once you have that lower section in, about 6-7 inches down the line, you can come back and follow up and put the top section in. We're going to repeat this all the way down the whole line of the trailer. Now, one thing I do as I'm going down the line, I'll go ahead and run my hand down the line to make sure that everything is installed good. Last thing you want to do is have a bubble or a wrinkle or an issue to where it's not installed correctly in a section, and you have to take the whole weather strip back off to repair that section and do it all over again. So okay, we're just about done here. We got the line all installed and we're finishing up. We're going to terminate it here at the screw. Again, on this model, we're going to fold it over. So the easiest way I found is to go ahead and install that first and then install the gutter. And we see a problem here. We have algae under here. That means it holds water as well. So we're going to be doing some good preventive maintenance here, long needed. We are good to go. Okay, we have everything sealed up here. All four corners are ready to go.